Let's take a closer look at a forgotten racetrack today, the so-called Opelbahn, south of Frankfurt in Germany. It's special because it was the first car racetrack in Germany and the third in the world. Brooklands near London was opened in 1907, Indianapolis in 1909, and Opel's racetrack in Germany in 1919. The Avus in Berlin followed 2 years later, the Nürburgring 8 years later, and Hockenheim 13 years later. The reason for the track were complaints by residents about the loud and dangerously fast test drives of Opel prototype cars on public roads. The Duke of the area, Ernst Ludwig, decided in 1915, so in the middle of the First World War where resources were rare, that there should be a test track in the south of Rüsselsheim, the headquarters of the successful and innovative car brand Opel. The location was ideal because it was only 3 kilometers away from the factory, on a field, and just at a long straight country road. They started to build the track in 1917 and despite all difficulties of this time, finished it in 1919. At this time, car tracks were oval tracks, in Brooklands, in Indianapolis, and also here. But the designer Jakob Ritzert decided for a new asymmetrical oval shape. So you have a north curve with a smaller radius and a south curve with a larger radius. And the straights are not exactly straight like on other tracks, you are basically constantly in a turn. The track was 1.5 kilometer long and 12 meter wide. On the inner side it had an 8 meter wide safety sand strip and an embankment for spectators. The bank angle had a maximum of 32 degrees, which allowed speeds of over 140 km per hour, which made it the fastest track in Europe when it was finished. Inside the track was also the famous service building with Opel written on the roof. The first race on the brand new track was on 24th of October 1920. It was a car and motorcycle event. More than 10,000 spectators came, which was a lot at that time. Later, up to 50,000 spectators came to see the races and the car manufacturer Opel realized which commercial potential there was. They built 5 very pretty white wooden grandstands which allowed to see the whole track. 3 of them were for spectators, 1 for journalists and 1 for the family Opel and their guests. Because crossing the track was very dangerous for spectators, they added a bridge at the exit of the North Curve in 1925. During the week, Opel used it as a test track and at the weekends they used it for race events of all kinds. Cars, motorcycles, bicycles and motor-paced racing. The highlight was the 24-hour motorcycle race every year, and Opel started to advertise their products to the huge crowds at the end of the races, the so-called Opel Show. For example, they presented the day production of the popular Opel Laubfrosch, the first car in Germany which was produced with the innovative process of an assembly line. And in March 1928, the first rocket car prototype was tested here. 1 month later, Opel publicly presented the first rocket car in the world, which by the way had a wing underneath to create downforce to keep the car on the road. For more on this, check out my other video about the history of wings and how they got onto cars. That was pretty much the high point of the Opelbahn. And Opel, because Opel was Germany's largest car manufacturer at this time with a market share of over 44%. But Opel invested a lot in new technologies and the Great Depression came up, so Opel needed money. Opel changed to a stock company and the Opel brothers sold 80% to General Motors. So Opel had other problems than the racetrack. And ironically, car innovations, which used to drive the track's popularity for 10 years, now became a problem for the track. Because race cars got too fast and the track was too short in comparison to other tracks. So in the 1930s they stopped with race events and the track lost its significance. After the Second World War, the area was American occupation zone and Opel had an army repair shop which used the track for test drives. In 1949, the authorities decided to renaturalize the area, so they teared off 380 meters of the start-finish part, grew trees, and today they use the area for water treatment for the surrounding cities. But apart from that, the track is still there. It's in bad condition, but you can take a walk on the track. I met a couple of deers when I did so. And you can get a good idea of what it must have been like to race on this fastest track in Europe with a downforce-producing rocket car in the 1920s. So I hope you liked this look back in history, and if you did, please consider to become a B-Sport Club member for more videos like this.